Hello everyone and welcome to this video presentation in which I will be speaking about brain drain in Puerto Rico. I will explain what it is and why it is happening. I will be also presenting what I believe is one of the easiest and best solutions to this problem. So let's start and I wish you enjoy this video. Right now, one of the most popular topics in Puerto Rico is its massive emigration of citizens to the United States. Many people argue that Puerto Rico is having a brain drain, while some believe that this is not what is exactly happening in the island. The main idea of this presentation is to present what I believe is the most effective way to stop this massive emigration. Something that should be taken into consideration before I continue is that this is just an opinion and this video was not created with the intention to criticize any type of people. First, let's define what is brain drain for those that have never heard about this concept before. The definition given by the Cambridge Dictionary is the following: the situation in which large numbers of educated and very skilled people leave their own country to live and work in another one where pay and conditions are better. Technically, this is what most people believe is happening in Puerto Rico, and I also believed it. Some people, especially outside the island, believe that brain drain is not actually happening because the majority of citizens emigrating are not skilled and professional. But later on, I will show you why, while this is true, it is not a reason to discard the fact that brain drain is happening. First of all, let's see how the population in Puerto Rico has changed across time with a couple of visuals. In this graph, you can see how the population has changed from the year 1990 to the year 2015. As you can see, in the year 1990, there were around 3.55 million people, and this number grows until nearly the year 2005, in which there were around 3.8 million people. From that point on, the population started decreasing until the year 2015, and now there are around 3.5 million citizens in the island. Something that we should take into consideration more than how many people is emigrating is the net migration. For some, this is maybe a common concept, but I will explain what it is for those who do not know. Net migration is the difference between how many people leave a country and how many come back. For example, if 100 people leave a country in a certain year and 90 come back, that country has now 10 less people and its net migration will be minus 10. This picture right here shows exactly what is happening in Puerto Rico. Too much people are emigrating and a few are immigrating. This is why the net migration rate in Puerto Rico is of around minus 95,000 every year, and for this reason, the population in the island is always decreasing. Now that we have seen these uncommon concepts, I will explain why brain drain is happening in Puerto Rico and why some people believe it is not happening. The main reason many people is leaving is because of the bad economy in the island. This is something of common knowledge, at least for Puerto Rican citizens, but another reason for professionals and workers to leave is because many citizens receive economic aids without working. Since many people feel uncomfortable with the fact, they choose to leave the island. The question is, how many people receive these aids? Let's see the next table. In this table, you will see an estimate of how many people receive aid from the Programa de Asistencia Nutricional. You can see that there are around 1.3 million citizens receiving this aid, and around 650,000 are between the ages of 19 and 59 years old. If we take into consideration that this is only one type of aid from many, we could say that yes, there are many people receiving economic aids. But what I am trying to show you all is that this is a reason for people to leave besides just how bad the economy is. Now, I will show you why some people do not believe brain drain is happening. If we look at the following chart, we will see an estimate of the population in Puerto Rico compared with how many of this population is over 25 years old and how many have a bachelor's degree or more. It is easy to notice that less than half of the population over 25 years old has a bachelor's degree. There are nearly just 390,000 people in this category, so we can conclude that professionals in Puerto Rico are the minority. With this in mind, let's move to the next slide to see what I am trying to show you. For the following examples, I will take things a little to the extreme so my point can be seen clearly. Suppose there are 10 coins in a pocket. 9 of them are made of silver and 1 of them is made of gold. If you try to take a coin from the pocket without looking inside it and without looking at your hand, which type of coin you will probably have in your hand? Of course, it will most probably be a silver coin. Something similar happens in Puerto Rico. If people with preparation are gold coins and people without preparation are silver coins, and you put them inside a pocket, you will end up probably taking out a person without preparation because they are more. Other way to see it is simply by thinking what will happen if all Puerto Ricans move to the United States the same day. There will be more people without preparation emigrating than people with preparation because more than half does not have a bachelor's degree. So, it is not that people with preparation is not emigrating. What is happening is that this kind of people is the minority, and therefore, if a group of people have the same idea, those with preparation will be less. And this is the reason why some believed brain drain is not affecting the island. Now, I will review everything we have seen. Up to this point, I have already shown you how the population have changed across time. We have seen what is brain drain, what is net migration, my point of view concerning brain drain in Puerto Rico, and why it is truly affecting the island. Now, I will be showing you what is my solution to this problem. To stop this massive emigration, Puerto Rico needs no more than to change its educational system, and in the next slides, I will be showing you how my solution works. Schools in Puerto Rico are not preparing students to confront the problems the island is facing, and many teachers lack the knowledge they need to teach or does not have any interest in education. But not all the fault is on the teachers. Students also do not demonstrate any interest in learning and be productive. For these and other reasons, I believe that Puerto Rico should change the way of teaching in a way in which it can create people prepared and motivated to solve the problems of the island. And to do this, we should learn from the countries with the best educational systems in the world. This table shows the top 10 countries with the best education. The list at the right is the list from the year 2012, and the one in the left is from the year 2014. In 2012, Finland was leading the list with South Korea following in second place. Since 2014, South Korea has been leading the list, followed by Japan, Singapore, Hong Kong, China, and Finland. Despite of moving 4 places down the list, Finland is one of the most popular countries for its educational system. Let's see which are some of Finland's educational system characteristics. To start, I will mention what I think is the most important point in Finland's education. Few are chosen to be teachers in Finland. In this country, being a teacher is not a career that everyone can follow. Teachers need to be extremely good in their areas of education in order to pursue this kind of job. They also need to pass through many interviews to ensure that their personality and belief will not affect negatively the education of students. This leads us to the next point. In Finland, parents trust teachers because they know the teachers are prepared to do their work. Finally, and very important, is that the teachers spend more time with the same groups. This helps the teacher to know their students better and to know in which way he or she should prepare the class. This way of teaching has helped this country to have the best students in the areas of maths, science, and reading comprehension for many years. Now, let's see how education works in Puerto Rico. First, let's start by the biggest error in our system. In Puerto Rico, a career in education is relatively easy to obtain. In fact, this will maybe sound cruel, but a lot of people with low IGS, or in Spanish, IGS, are following the career of educator because it is very easy to enter those faculties, especially in private institutions. Another point is that salaries for teachers are very low, so few people with great intellect follow this career. The other point that should change is the way of teaching. The curriculum does not teach students to solve the problems with the problems of the island in mind. The actual educational system focuses too much in memory and does not approach problems in a way in which the student can apply that knowledge to the real world. Finally, but not least important, is the fact that teachers do not spend the right amount of time with their students to learn enough from them, like in what they are good and in what they need more practice. This is something in which the actual educational system has been failing since the beginning. It assumes that everyone learns the same way. And maybe you have heard about this before, but Albert Einstein once said, if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it is stupid. So, with that, let's continue. Maybe you're asking yourself, but how does education and emigration relate? People have the misconception that every school and college in the United States is better than every single school and college in Puerto Rico. While this is not true, it cannot be denied that many schools do not prepare students the way they should, and therefore many people leave Puerto Rico for this reason. A system in which people can trust will help make more people stay and to make them see the island's education as one of the best things Puerto Rico can offer. Also, with better education, Puerto Rico will have less people depending on economic aids and the number of professionals living in the island will be more despite of how many live. The most important thing is that this change will create more people with the motivation to solve the problems of the island. Making a change like this is not easy, but there is not a single easy solution to solve the biggest problems Puerto Rico is confronting. Therefore, this plan should be implemented by steps. First, start with what is easier and then move to what is more difficult. For example, I will start by changing the curriculum first and then I will do the rest. Of course, the most difficult point will be paying a good salary to the teachers. For this, the ones governing this island must establish their priorities, since in Puerto Rico money is not spent in the correct way. Well people, we have come to the end of this video presentation. I hope you learned something new or at least feel interested in the topic. So thank you for watching and have a nice day.